This conference will now be recorded.
The agenda for today's session, we are going to start our discussion on this Devops monitoring tool, which is one of the most widely tools called Nagios. Okay, so what are all the things that it can monitor? The main intention behind this Nagios is it is used for monitoring the resources, resource utilization like CPU utilization and then RAM utilization. In this case, it will give you how much of swapping and how much of the swap out space. Based upon that, whether the application is lagging in RAM or not, that you can able to identify. And then it can able to monitor this is the memory, okay, hard disk, in terms of the storage, how much of used space, how much of free space available, how many read and write that has been performed, whether your RPM is sufficient enough, like those sort of statistics that you can able to monitor with respect to this hard disk. And it is used for monitoring this network traffic that is coming in and that is coming out, traffic bandwidth is sufficient enough. So these are all the tools, these are all the resources, okay, which we can able to monitor using Nagios. Here, Nagios works with client-server architecture. We have a server. We need to configure Nagios on server, and then what are all the machines? These are all the remote servers where we need to monitor Nagios. These are all the servers where we run applications. Okay, so it may be application, it may be a database server, it may be a mail server, or it may be a web server, anything. Here, what are all the things that we need to monitor? Here in this server, we need to install Nagios, and Nagios can able to monitor all those remote servers where the applications or database are currently configured. Okay, so here for this setup, for this Nagios related stuff, what we are going to do, we are going to make use of this AWS EC2 instance. Here we need to set up a minimum of one server and one slave. Okay, that is the setup that I am planning for. So here for this, what I am going to use, I am going to make use of this Ubuntu 16 as our operating system. Okay, here we are going to create two instances of Ubuntu. So one, we are going to configure this as a Nagios server, and another one we are going to configure as a remote server. So where we are going to apply this monitoring. So this is the setup. Okay. So here, what we did, so first step, we create a Nagios server and slave, and we install Nagios server and slave. So let me create the needed setup in AWS, and I connect with AWS. Straight away we can do the practical, so that you have a clear understanding. Count. Okay, let me launch a Nagios. So we go for Ubuntu 16. Let me make use of micro instance, and we need a minimum of 2. Okay, for our practice, add a storage, add a tag, laterally we can add a tag. So here in security group, what we need to do, okay, let me make it as Nagios security group. Security group. Okay, this is a security group for Nagios server. Okay, so apart from this SSH, what do we need to do? So here you need to configure several things. You need to configure HTTP. HTTP. You need to configure HTTP, okay, the custom from anywhere, and you need to configure apart from that ICMP for getting some response, or ICMP version 4. Okay, so you need to configure some additional things, some custom TCPs, several things that a custom TCP from anywhere. If we have left out something to cover all traffic, that's all. Okay, so these are all the above said SSK, HTTP, and ICMP. And if you want to monitor certain things, since we doesn't know what protocol that we need to configure, we make it all custom TCP and all traffic has been configured. Okay, this is the thing that you need to go up with this security group rules, inbound rules, and then launch, and then you can go for a path through 6 or translate and launch your instances. Okay, so let me go for. So Nagios, known as Nagios Core, is a free and open source computer software applications that monitor systems, networks, and infrastructure. Nagios offers monitoring and alerting services for servers, okay, switches or networking devices. Okay, these are all some statistics associated with the Nagios, okay, which was written in C. Now, the industry standard in IT infrastructure is Nagios. Several out of several monitoring tools, Nagios plays a major share in terms of monitoring tools that has been currently used. Okay, now our system may be ready. Let we go for that. So here we have two machines. Okay, one is running on state. Let me configure one as a Nagios server. Another one as a Nagios client. Okay, so here we need to do this installation of Nagios on Nagios server. Okay, let me connect with this Nagios server. The installation involves some 10 to 12 steps. Yes, default Ubuntu. Perfect. So let me make this as a Nagios server. Okay. So the first, before installing anything, sudo apt-get update. So it will update the API repository. Now it will download the repository. If you want to install the latest version, what you need to do, you want to issue another command, sudo apt-get upgrade. What are all the things that is downloaded by using the above set will be upgraded to the latest version. Okay, this is optional. Sudo apt-get update will download the repository. Upgrade will, if there are certain packages which was latest packages, that packages will be upgraded here to the latest version. So while upgrading, if it found certain features, certain packages which is currently installed need to be upgraded, you can give the option of upgrading. If not, you can keep the current version installed, okay, without upgrade. So now we can find keep the current version installed. If you can choose this, okay. Okay, we no need to do this on this current version. So for future versions, we can go up with. Now you install Nagios. The current version of Nagios is Nagios 3. Sudo apt-get install Nagios 3. Okay. So it looks for now general type of mail configuration. So we need to specify the mail server. No configuration options is chosen to leave the current configuration and change. Internet side mail is sent and received directly using a mail transfer protocol. Okay, we can make use of this internet site. So we can give your mail ID so that it can be in case of any reports that need to be sent, that it will be sent to. These are all other options. Internet with smart post, local and satellite. Let me go for internet option. And then the mail name is the domain name used to qualify. Okay, system mail name. So here it asks for the IP address of the machine. Okay, we can make use of this. Same thing. Nagios web administrator password. So you need to give this administrator password. So let I give a password of my name. You can give any password of your choice. The user is default user is Nagios admin. You please make a note that default user here is Nagios admin. For that you are going to provide a password. Okay. I had provided a password of my own. You can provide any password as you like. Password confirmation. If you press tab, then it will take you to this. Okay. Now we have created a password for the root user, Nagios admin user. Okay. So installation is very simple. Nagios. Yes. Now Nagios is ready. How you can make a verification? Simply copy this address of Nagios public address, DNS address. Right click, copy to verify whether Nagios has been configured or not. Control V. Okay, paste this in a new URL and then slash Nagios 3. It asks for a username. The username is Nagios admin. The password is 0. Now it got connected with this Nagios. Okay, you can go to the services and you can these are all the services which is the current status mapping. What are all the hosts? Okay, that is here will be listed here. Being it is configured on a single machine, it is the local host only. If you go for services, you can find all the services. What are all the disk space, HTTP, SSH, okay, the current users, all the services that you can configure according to your requirement. Okay, so here we need to add a remote server. Okay, so under this host, only local host alone will be shown. So we need to add a remote server. How to go for adding a remote server? Okay, so to add a remote server, what we need to do? You want to go with a configuration file called Nagios configuration file. You need to create a Nagios configuration file. Based upon that, you can add a remote server. Okay, so here under etc under Nagios 3, you want to go for nagios.cfg configuration file. Okay, so in the Nagios, to add a remote server to the Nagios for monitoring, what you need to do, you want to go for the following thing. Sudo, you want to create etc Nagios 3 Nagios configuration file. Here, there is a parameter called check underscore external commands. By default, it will be disabled, check underscore SQL commands. Okay, so if you want to monitor, then you want to, the default value will be 0. You want to modify it to 1 and save the file, the first thing. And then next, what you need to do, so here you want to open a file. Okay, so here you want to open a file, sudo vi. Here the file, it is a name of the file is group, which is under the system. It contains user and group information. What information it contains? It contains the user and the associated group informations. Here you need to add append one word onto the file. Okay, here if you have installed Nagios successfully, a user under the name Nagios will be created. This is the username. This is the password associated with this. This is the ID associated with the user. So these are all the three entries that it is already present. What you need to do, you want to add additional entry www.data. This is the entry that you need to add here. You need to add this entry. Okay, so these are all the things that is already present when you install Nagios, the WQ. Okay, it will come out of that. And then what you need to do, apart from that, what you need to do, you want to change the permissions under this. Okay, the next you want to change the permission for a file under the where folder, under lib folder. There is a folder by name, the Nagios. If you have installed version 3, then version 3. Here there is a folder for read write. So if you click on this ls-l, so it won't have a execute permission or write permission for group user. What you need to do here, you want to specify the permission here. Okay, you want to set the permission. How to set the permission? Sudo chmod. Either you can specify 777 to all these things. If not else, what you can do, you can specify sudo for group user plus W stands for write permission. Okay, anything, any one of this one. Sudo chmod group plus W for this read write file. Okay, so this will set the permission. Also, you need to set the permission for rewrite folder, the files under rewrite. Also for this rewrite folder, also you need to set the permission. You need to repeat the command, the same command for this folder, not for RW. Okay, that way you want to set the permission for the where lib Nagios 3, under which you have read write, and under read write there may be multiple files. For both the things, for read write folder, you want to just leave slash allowed up to this sudo change mode up to this slash, and all the files coming under read write you can go for. Else you can give an option -r, capital R, it will make all the permissions. Okay, for a directory, subdirectory coming, and it is up to your choice to decide. Our intention is to give a group write permission for read write folder, RW folder, and files are which is coming under the folder. So this is the three important thing that you need to go for. Then after that, what you need to do, you need to start the services. You need to start the web server, and you need to start the Nagios server. The command to start these services are sudo apt-get. Okay, sudo service name start service. The name of the service being it is a web Apache 2. Okay, so restart. You need to restart the services in order to make this configuration come into effect. Similarly, you need to sudo service. You need to specify the service Nagios. Okay, Nagios 3 to restart. So these are all the activities that we need to do for. Okay, to add a remote server. And then for each and every server, you need to create a config file. First, let me do this first. Let me connect with this. Okay, let me do this first. To add a remote server. Okay, you want to create a nagios.com. Sudo vi under etc. Okay, you have a folder called Nagios. If you have installed 3, it will be 3. If you install 2, it will be 2. Here you want to create a nagios.cfg configuration file. Already this file will be present. Okay, already this file will be present. In that file, by default, what happened here is you want to check for the particular thing. Check underscore external commands. Okay, configuration directory. These are all the default log files. If you get stuck with anything, you can go through this log file, and this is the configuration file. This is the default directory. Here, what you need to go for? You need to go for a parameter called, okay, check external commands. Check external commands. Pre-cache object file, resource file, status file, Nagios user, Nagios group. Yeah, here check underscore external underscore commands. Here it disables this. Okay, so this option allows you to specify whether or not Nagios to check for external commands. So here, if the option is 0, Nagios couldn't able to do any monitoring. Therefore, make it as 1. Okay, so simply make it as 1. Check underscore external command. Escape colon WQ. Now we have set Nagios to monitor the remote server. That is the first thing. Next, what you need to do? You want to set these permissions. Okay, you want to go for this sudo va group and user related informations will be present in this file. So here you want to go for a Nagios at the end. There is a Nagios user. So here under the Nagios user, simply press A. It will take you to the insert mode. You want to type www.data. This is for gathering the information. Okay, this word by default won't be present. It is used for gathering information from the remote server. And then what you need to do? So you can check sudo ls the permissions under where, under lib. Okay, that is a folder by name Nagios 3. So under which you can find a file by name rewrite. So if you set this permission for this ls-l, by default you can find you won't have a permission. You will be having only the rewrite is a directory. For owner it is a rewrite execute. For other users there is no permissions. What we need here is either you set the permission 777 rewrite for a group and others. If not, what is mandatory here is, so here you want to set the write permission for the groups. Okay, since we have coming under group, you want to set the write permissions for the group. How to set this write permission for the group? Okay, first there is a slash. You want to set the write permission for rewrite. Okay, instead of sudo ls, the command is sudo chmod. Either you can specify 777 or you can specify g plus w. Okay, group plus write permission. Where lib Nagios. Okay, similarly you want to set permissions under rw. There are certain files. For that also you need to set the permissions. Now if you make a sudo ls, now you can find the permission has been set here, the right permission. Okay, so these are all the things that you need to go for. After that, what you need to do? You want to restart the service. Sudo service, the service name, being it is a web server, Apache to restart. Similarly, sudo service Nagios restart. In order to make what are all the changes that we did, okay, into effort, then you need to restart the services. Okay, now our Nagios is ready to monitor the remote. How many remote server that we are going to monitor for each and every server? Okay, you need to create a file, configuration file for each and every server. Okay, so let me create a file for server 1. Okay, let me first connect with this server. So Nagios client, that is here the server refers to Nagios client. Okay, let me connect with this. Copy. Okay, a new session. Control V. SSH. Authentication. Browse. Root 6. Okay, login as Ubuntu. So let me make it as a Nagios client. This is your Nagios client. Okay, so this is your Nagios client. Here, what you need to do, you want to create for each and every client, you need to create a configuration files. Okay, next step, what we do, let me discuss. So we have completed all these things. We have added a remote server by specifying the following commands. Next, you need to create a configuration files, where the name of the file is server. You can specify one.config, server2.config. Like you want to create a configuration file for each and every server, where you need to create under etc under Nagios 3, and there is a folder called configuration daemon folder, under which you need to create a configuration files. Okay, so here this server.configuration files will gather the needed informations. Okay, so what we need to do, so here under this we want to specify host name. There are several parameters, and you want to specify the public DNS address of the Nagios client. Okay, and then you want to give alias name. Alias, let me give it as anything, client 1, okay, or server 1, anything, it is your choice. Alias name is of your choice. And then here what you need to do, address. Okay, so here this is the public DNS address. Then here you want to give the private address, private IP address of Nagios client. This is the public address of Nagios server. Please make a note in this address field. Okay, so here, and then what you need to do, then these are all optional parameters. You can have at least maximum underscore check underscore attempts. So here you can specify how many number of attempts Nagios server can check with the client. If the client is not running, if the client gets stuck with some issues, the Nagios server need not to be continuously checked for client by wasting its time. Therefore, we can make a limitation how many number of attempts. If it couldn't get a proper response from client, Nagios server need to done. Okay, the Nagios server, here this is option of your choice. Here the default is 3. And then check period. Okay, when it need to check, it need to check 24x7. Okay, the check period 24 hours a day, continuously. Being we are going for this continuous monitoring, we need to check 24 hours 7. Okay, if the server didn't get a response from the Nagios client for 3 consecutive attempts, and then Nagios will mark that client as a dead client, and it won't do any activity on top of it. Okay, so here what we need to check, need to specify under the check underscore command. So the command that you need to perform here is check whether the host is alive or not. Check -host -alive. This is the command from the server, from the Nagios server. So it will try to connect with all the clients. These are all the Nagios clients. Okay, where we need to monitor, that is your remote server. So here it will 24x7, it will send a signal, check host alive, and then the client need to give a response. For each and every check, the client need to give a response. So if a client is dead or gets stuck with some issues, if the client is not up, it couldn't send a response. So how many times that server need to check for? Whether continuously, there is no need to check it here. This is the option which specifies how many number of check attempts that the server need to make. If not, it will mark this client as a dead client. Okay, and then by going through these logs, you can verify which client is dead client and what is the root cause behind that. You can rectify the issue. And the notification, if in case any problem, then it need to be notified to the concerned administrator. At the time of initial configuration of Nagios, it asked for the notification email where we have given our the server's DNS address. So that is host server. Therefore, what happened here is to the host server itself the notification will be made. This is the client that is not currently giving any response like notification, or you can go through these logs. Okay, you can specify the notification interval. These are all the informations that you need to write in the server.configuration files. Notification interval. Notification interval, you can specify any interval, default is 60 seconds. And then when it will be notified, for every 60 seconds it will notify, every minute it will notify, and then notification period. Okay, it need to notify 24/7. Okay, so these are all the default parameters. So here these are all the default parameter, default value. So if you want to set the value according to your requirement, then you can make it. Okay, you can get the help of these Nagios tutorials to make it according to your requirement. These are all the mandatory things, these three. Okay, host name is Nagios server, address is the Nagios client, that is the client, okay, that you need to monitor. So these are all information that it need to be present. Okay, so you can get you can either type the opposite information, or what you can do, you can get the help of Google for this sample Nagios file. Okay, so go to Google and type adding servers to Nagios, adding servers to Nagios. Okay, there are several site step how to configure Nagios server, how to adding a Windows host. Now you need to add a Linux host. How to add a Linux host using Nagios. These are all plugins. Okay, so you can go for Nagios adding Windows host code. How to add a Nagios Linux help tutorials. Okay, you can go for a digital version. How to install Nagios and monitor your servers on Ubuntu. So digital version will provide you good clarity of what you need to do. Okay, so what are all the prerequisites? Nagios, the server that need Apache and PHP install, which can you do following the lab stack. Okay, so you can refer this, install Nagios, log in into the server Apache. We can call this as a Nagios server. So user modification update. So install. Okay, like this is one such way where it specifies. So it downloads the tar file and then install. The option that we got chosen is directly installing open source. Okay, so this is the configuration file, that is config dot under this conf dot directory. You want to specify the configuration, sudo make all user bin. These are all the plugins. Okay, we can go for some other site. And Okay, the urban pen Nagios defining a new host. Okay, the urban pen. Here you can find the file. etc Nagios under the configuration. Now this is the host file. This is the file that we need to copy. Define host. Now you need to specify the host name. Okay, so here you can specify the server host name. So have a okay. So EC2 this is where public IP address. You can specify alias name server 1. This is the address, private IP address of the remote server. So you can find the 192 series is the private IP address. You can go to the remote server. And this is your private IP address, 172 series here. Okay. So you might have aware of this private IP addressing. Either it may be a 192 or it may be a 172 or it may be a 10 series. So these are all the default values, check attempt, check period, check command. Okay. So here contacts. These are all the default command that you can. Okay. Then notification period. So what you need to do here, we can simply copy and paste the file. Right click, copy the file, and you paste the file here in this location. Okay, we need to create this config file under the server.config. We want to copy and paste. Let me do this now. Go to the server. Okay, sudo here, move to this location. Now you are under the present working directory. You are under home Ubuntu cd/etc. Under etc where you need to go for. There is a folder by name Nagios 3. So cd etc Nagios 3. Under Nagios 3 there is a folder by name config.d. Okay, move to the location. Here you want to create a separate generic host configuration contacts Nagios. Okay, so let me create a file by name server1.conf. Sudo vi server1.cfg configuration. Here insert, you simply paste all these things. Okay, escape :wq. So now our configuration is ready. Okay, please make a note. Now configuration is ready. Now what we need to do here, you need to execute this following command. Okay, so you can make a verification sudo nagios 3 hyphen version. Okay, /etc. So /nagios 3 /nagios dot cfg. Okay, 5 less. So sudo nagios. Okay, so command is not found. Nagios 3 So this command is used to add whether to check whether the above file is added to the list of configuration host is not. Okay, so I think so. And escape : q exclamatory. So sudo nagios sorry, Nagios 3. So Nagios version 3 is the one that we have installed. Okay. So sudo Nagios 3. Now we can read the main configuration file, and it found to be okay. Okay, simply here quit this. So to make a verification whether this host file is added successfully or not, now it is added. Now you need to start the service. You start the service sudo, okay, under the etc under slash, okay, sudo under etc. There is a daemon init.d. This is the daemon which starts Nagios 3 and restart. Since it is already running, you want to restart. The service has been restarted. Okay. So now go to the Nagios home page where we have captured Nagios. Okay, this is your Nagios home page. Okay, simply you refresh this. Now you can find under this host, you can find the host machine. Now you can find the host machine here, EC2 52. This is the host machine. Similarly, you need to add all other host machines. Okay, click on this host machine. It will give all the information. Okay, status information, active check, passive check. There are two types of checks here. So it may be an active check or it may be a passive check. Okay. So what is active? Active checks are initiated by the Nagios server and they are performed at a fixed frequency as specified in the Nagios server configuration. We have specified several things in Nagios configuration files what to check. That is active check. Passive checks are initiated by the remote servers. They send the notification to the Nagios server. Okay. So both the things has been enabled. If the Nagios server do a check, then it is active check. If the remote server send the information, it is passive check. Okay. So similarly, you can add another each and thing. You can add another file. So if you want to monitor n number of machines, you can do this monitoring by this way. What are all okay? So this is the way by which you can make use of using Nagios. You can get all the statistics. Okay, local host. If you want to find the disk space and then the current status, disk space is critical. So because free space is very less. So from this you can get the needed information. If you okay, notification, everything that has been enabled. So here in this file, let me do one thing. Okay, here it is the IP address of server. What we can do here, you can so in this sudo va configuration file, let me add this IP address of the client. Under the host name, let me add the host name of the remote server. And we need to start all these services. Yes, we can create another one. Okay, no issue. We can server q exclamatory. So let me create sudo vi server2.conf. Where to do this? Under the following location. Okay, let me create another configuration files and let me check whether the second host is added or not. Okay, so here sudo vi, let me clear sudo, let me create another configuration file sudo vi etc slash nagios 3 slash nagios.conf. Okay, cfg. So here under nagios.conf, we have already what we need to do. We want to enable the monitoring. We have already enabled from 0 to 1. Okay, status file, status update interval, check interval is already 1. Colon q exclamatory. Without saving, you come out q exclamatory, and we have ordered the group. Okay, we have ordered the group. We have changed the permission of the group. Now what you need to do? So you need to create a server configuration file. For that cd, once again you move to this conf directory. Okay, cd change directory, etc. You want to move to the conf. So conf dot Nagios 3. There is a configuration folder conf dot d daemons. Okay. Here we have already one file that is created. That is server1.config. That we create another file sudo vi. Okay. Server2 dot to monitor insert. Here what you can do under the host name, you type the client host name. Let me check what happens here. Okay, the client host name, the address, all other things are same. Control copy, move to the location and insert. Now these host related statistics need to be shown. Okay, so now we have created a file. What you need to do next, you need to add whether this is added or not. So the command to add is sudo, there is a Nagios 3 -v etc Nagios dot conf less. Okay, this file is added. Now Q. Next, what you need to do? So you want to start the service. Start service. We have already started the services. So under etc init Nagios. Okay. Sudo etc init Nagios 3 restart. The service has been restarted. Now, okay, whether the above thing is added or not, go to this Nagios port. Okay, now you can go to this service host. Under host, now we can find there are two hosts. Okay, one is corresponding to the server, another one is the client machine. Yes, clear? It will give you the status. The host status is up, and these are all the statistics associated with this. So this is the way by which you need to add a separate file for each and everything. Clear? Is it clear? So to go further, you can go for this Nagios tutorial. It will give more commands what to do. Nagios tutorials. There are several tutorials for Nagios. You can go with, if you have a tutorial, okay, you can go with these tutorials. So this is the best thing. Okay. You can specify that. So you know the installation that we did, you can go and check. Okay, the installation as simple as we did. This is another way of installing and plugin based installation. Okay, here if you have any Nagios, so we have already configured. Okay, this is the way. So you can get these statistics from the guide mode itself. This is the screen that we got. You can get the statistics from guide mode itself. Okay, it is sufficient enough how to go for services, host, services group, okay, alerts, history, all these things. Everything will be listed. What are all the things that has been done here? If you have configuring alerting, so those things will be here. We have a separate person to configure this. What our role of the Devops engineer is to configure and associate clients with this Nagios server. So with this, we come to the end of our discussion of Nagios. If you have any questions here.